Welcome everybody to another playthrough, and this should be fun, because as much as a Final Fantasy fan as I am, I'm also a fan of the other staple of JRPG royalty. And that is Dragon Quest. This is so good! God, that hair. God, that hair. Hello, darling! I'm going to be the party, as am I. Ow, my face. So, as you can see, this is the original release of Dragon Quest XI. So, I will put this there. There is a secondary release known as Dragon Quest XI-S, which has a couple different features to it. Namely a better soundtrack. That is kind of the one drawback to doing the original, but on short notice. This is a... let me get my thoughts here. So, I'm doing this immediately after playing an episode of Nier Automata audio log, and I just couldn't play it properly. Something about it, I was just not feeling it. I just didn't have it. I don't like that game, the gameplay. I love the story, and that's kind of what I was going for, was the story. A story-based playthrough of that sort of game. And as I was doing that first episode, it just became readily apparent that trying to do 50, 60, 70, 80 episodes, maybe I would have gotten used to the gameplay, but it just I wasn't feeling it. So, luckily, our community was able to have a vote that was a tie. So I already knew I had a backdrop. So, in the rare case that I had a mulligan, I had a backup plan, and this I've played twice. The Nintendo Switch has a version known as S Plus, or Dragon Quest XI Plus, or Dragon Quest S, which has a 2D mode that plays a lot like the old school Dragon Quest games, a reorganized soundtrack, which is one of the drawbacks, is the composer really kind of shit the bed with this one. But he's dead now. So, but people said he sucked. But anyway, whatever. Whatever. But that was a complaint. That said, it's still serviceable. Not a problem for me, especially given Dragon Quest's lore as what isn't broke, don't fix it. You know? So the orchestral soundtrack, if you want to do the Switch version, do that one. This is the version that I bought for the PS4. And that means I didn't have to spend 50, 60 bucks on another version just for better music. So I'm sure there's better gameplay and other stuff in that, but essentially the game is going to be the same. So I'm not really worried about it. I'm playing this. This is my third go-round with this game. Last time I played it was last year, and I tried a little bit of Act 3, and it's rough. But for all intents and purposes, that's a post-game. So I'm only going to go through Act 1 and Act 2, which is pretty much an entire game in and of itself. Act 3 is like a new ending sort of thing. But it's its own intense, like, post-game stuff. If you've ever played any, like, post-game Dragon Quest stuff, you'll know how hard that shit can be. I found that out personally. So that is going to be a maybe in the future scenario. I might keep this data, and then if I really feel like it and I'm desperate, I can do an Act 3. I've already picked my party, so it's going to be Hero, Rab, Jade, and Sylvando, darling! Of course I'm going to do Sylvando. Hero is going to go Great Swords to do damage. Rab's going to heal because I need a healer. Jade is going to go Fisticuffs because it seems like Fist and Spears kind of split the difference. Claws, apparently, I read up, were kind of eh. So she's just going to punch and kick, which is fine. And Sylvando is going to use whips. I can't say for sure if that's the best method, but I've beaten this game twice, so I'm not really worried about it, difficulty-wise. And I've played Dragon Quest for years, so unlike Nier, I'm pretty good with this. And like I said, it sucks that I was kind of on Nier, but I hope people can understand that it was a choice that I made, and I think it's going to be the smarter choice. Because I don't want this to turn into like a Tales of Arise or a Secret of Mana, where I'm playing Nier because it was voted, or because I wanted to do it, and then realized, this game is just not for me. You know, that game style of dodge heavy, take a lot of damage is not for me. As evidenced by Odin Sphere, where Odin Sphere is just, you fucking wreck face on a 2D plane. It's a lot harder to do Nier. This, pure turn-based. So I shouldn't have any problems dealing with this. And I hope you guys enjoy it. And, you know, it is what it is. But for now, let's just enjoy ourselves with Dragon Quest XI. Are you happy with the name Strife? Yes, making sure I didn't misspell it, because the last thing I need today is even worse problems. Right. It's fine. Adventure log created. Hooray! Oh man, you ruined the dance, meanie.
Emperor's child. He is the one.
There's the mark. There's no mistaking it.
Well, that can't be good. That's even worse. Dun 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 dun! So yeah, as stated, this is kind of a MIDI version of the soundtrack, so again, if you're looking for a little bit heavier, better sound, go for the S. But I'll stop complaining about it. I'll just live through it. Besides, game's still awesome. It's Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest games are never bad. At least as far as I can remember. If there has been one, I don't remember one. So I wanna know when Dragon Quest 12 comes out. That's not good.
What in heavens are you doing here? And after that awful storm, too. However did you survive? You're a jolly one. What's this? Oh, you poor thing. Come here. Come here. Oh, there's no need to be frightened anymore. You're safe now, little fellow.
Also, yes, if you're wondering, this is Akira Toriyama doing the visuals. So if everybody looks like it's Dragon Ball, it's because it's that guy. Several years later. As in, like, 17 or 18. He's grown up to be such a nice, strapping lad. I wonder what his voice sounds like. Oh.
Thanks so much. You're a lifesaver. Trust me to lose my headscarf just before the big ceremony. So it's finally here, the big day. I can't believe we're going to be climbing all the way up there. Looks like Sandy's keen to lead the way. Come on, best not keep her waiting.
So I'm gonna figure out how to do auto advance. Oh. Auto advance. That's kind of except that would drive me nuts after a while. Let's see here. Oh. Free-form fighting. This was an attempt by Dragon Quest to try and do something with, like, free action. the idea was you can do actions while you're walking around. You can move around. It's totally awesome. Except when you actually do fight guys, there's no advantage for backstabs. There's no change to the dynamic. It's none of that. So, yeah. Leave action-based games to stuff like Dragon Quest Heroes and leave the classic turn-based battles to Dragon Quest, will you please? So, yeah. No in-battle advantages to all that shit. So, yeah. Let's turn the music down. So that's to help the voices, because it did definitely sound like the music was drowning out the voices. I'll check back after this point with the video and see if that helps it. But hooray! Let's get going. But yes, Dragon Quest is good. Seeing you and my dearest Gemma all for years is making me proud than anything, both as a mayor and as a grandfather. You're not kids no more, you know. You've grown up now, and that means you're going to the tour and offering your thanks. Now it's time you were on your way. Head up top and pray to the spirit of the land and then come back down and tell us how it was the view. Now, and if you're ever unsure what to do next, try pressing triangle and do party talk. Gamma might help you. Just look at you. My little boy all grown up. I'll be sure to look after Gamma, you hear. To think you've been here and inseparable since you were teeny, and here you are, about to climb the tour. Oh. And just follow Sandy. That dog's got more sense than any of us. Off you go now, dear. I know the two of you will be just fine, and make it up there, and a delicious supper will be waiting when you get back. So yes, for people unaware, I have vision problems. I'm legally blind and can't read dialogue very well, so games that have voice acting is very kind of beneficial, and games with small dialogue boxes is kind of So I'm trying to do my best. If I miss a line or two, that's why.
Humble folk of cobblestone, great land spirits, hearth and home. That's how it goes, isn't it?
I forget if this has an auto
My
advance.
granddad's been teaching me the prayer ever since I was little. He reckons the spirit of the land really does live on Cobblestone Tor, you see. As long as I can remember, he's been preparing me for this day. The day it would finally be my turn to climb all the way up. I just wonder whose idea it was in the first place, sending the village's young folk on such a dangerous errand. What if I take a tumble and do myself a mischief? Well, not to worry. Since you and me were born on the same day, I'm lucky enough to have a bodyguard along for the journey. Come on then. That craggy old thing won't climb its... Oh.
Uh-oh.
Ah! Monsters! They're coming this way.
They're slimes. They're not monsters. They have feelings. So yeah, Gamma and Sandy are gonna only do so much.
Get him! Crumbs!
Well, Sandy's gonna do a lot.
Crikey!
Gamma's gonna heal you sometimes. Or she's just gonna stand there like a stump.
Go on! Crumbs!
I mean, if you want to heal me, that's great. But hey, it's paralyzed. Yay, it lost a turn. Good doggo. Alright.
Crikey! crikey! I wasn't expecting that. I know they were only little, but I'd have been done for if you and Sandy hadn't been here to help me. And now we've got to go through that horrible, dingy cave. Just our luck. I'll bet you anything that's where those awful things came from. Well, as long as you're with me, I've got nothing to worry about. Come on, let's get going.
Anyway, system settings. Looks like I'm gonna have to look and make sure if there's a auto advance for the game. I don't know if there is, honestly. It's weird. You would think there would be. But anyway. No. Probably could have waited, but I won't. Let's just keep following her. But yeah, I should be pretty well handled, especially once I start leveling up great swords. And funny enough, as I actually did this was the last game I did on my first run on YouTube. But I split it because I went to Twitch full time for a good year and a half. But yeah. Preemptive attacks. Let's go. Ow, don't hurt my dog. Yay.
Tough little blighters, aren't they?
Well, it gives me my medicinal order back. Wait!
Phew.
So yeah, Dragon Quest has been around very, very long, as one can tell. And the games just keep getting better and better. You can trust me on this.
Well done.
I gotta do this. I'm not gonna do that all the time, I just want to do it once. But yes, level ups are basic and understandable. You also get SP. Last few games in the franchise you've had skill trees. They'll open up once I get weapons, but like I said, I will use great swords. I'm going to run probably auto battles for a while. Because really all I can really do right now is sword and stab. I'll do a couple of fights. I don't think I'll do everything else, but yes, Dragon Quest has been around, I think, since 87, or maybe that's Final Fantasy. I want to say 87, 86, around there.
Phew.
Very, very simple, very straightforward. no frills, no bullshit, turn-based RPG. Some of the characters are as basic as you can get. They'll honestly come with surprises here and there, including this game, I think. But in terms of what to expect, turn-based game. If you like turn-based RPGs, this is gonna... Don't use that. There we go. There, hello! But, yes. The main thing that draws me to Dragon Quest is...
Tough little blighters,
as
aren't they?
simple and straightforward as these games are, sometimes they'll surprise you. And I think 5, 8, and 11 specifically are kind of the go-tos with surprises and really strong stories. And I was pleasantly surprised with what they're doing with 11 and what I want out of these games. You know, but there's a charm to it. These games do a lot of, like, stupid little puns for the character names. It's very joyful, very colorful. This is just a good experience. So as fun as Nier would have been to get sucked into the dour and the dank and the disturbing and downright depressing and dystopian, this is different. But it's got its own charm to it. And I think people who have not played a Dragon Quest game or not seen a Dragon Quest game will be surprised.
Core, look at all this fog. Is this normal, do you think?
Help! Help me!
What?
Uh-oh.
Quick! You have to help! It's not fog at all. It's more monsters.
Well, you guys are dicks. Ow! Crap!
Here you go.
Cool. See, Gemma can help. Oh, man. Good doggo.
Crikey.
Ow! Suck! You jackass! Ow. Well, damn it! Come on, Sandy. Ow! Suck!
Don't give up.
Alright.
Go on.
Give it a smack! There you go. Alright, that kind of sucked.
Proud of you.
Yeah, I did the thing! Hooray!
I'm sorry, Gemma. I only came up here because I thought it'd be funny to jump out and surprise you.
Well, that worked out well for you, didn't it?
But then those monsters appeared.
Also, look at this dude's face. Those eyes are just... bleh.
What in the world is going on? I never heard anything about monsters appearing on the tour before. But never mind that now. Whatever were you thinking? You could have been killed. You take Sandy and get back to the village this instant.
Yes, Gemma. Sorry, Gemma.
I trust the
You
doggo.
saved
I
my
don't think
bacon
the...
again.
Oh,
I knew you were tough, but crikey, you really have grown into quite the hero.
she's totally into me.
Not far to the top now. Typical. It would have to go and start raining, wouldn't it? Come on, let's get a move on.
Alright. Well, before that happens, I'm gonna call this an episode! So yes, while Nier was not what I was hoping it would be, I had a very good backup plan. So trust me on this one. But yes, for people who have never played a Dragon Quest game, you guys are in for a treat. If you know what this game is, or know what Dragon Quest is at all, you're still in for a treat, but you can tell all your friends, yeah, you're in for a good game. But that'll do it for me today. Next time we'll climb up the rest of Cobblestone Tour and see what the fuck's going on. So welcome to Dragon Quest XI, and I will see you guys next time.